errorrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr here's the thing. It's all in hiragana, the name, right? Which, if you don't know, that's like the most basic phonetic form of Japanese. And so I think if you translate errorrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr crab, and kani means crab, which would change the meaning. So I'm wondering, has the name of this band got like a little inherent word joke in there that I'm just not getting? So hey, if you're a fan of this band, let me know. I would love to I'd love to find out whether there's a joke in that title or not. But anyway, look, this band, I haven't heard them before, but they seem to be, well, they're getting some good compliments from people in the Discord community. Discord community is linked below if you want to check out some of that. And yeah, whenever people are saying good things about bands in my Discord community, I'm always kind of interested. Having a look for it, this seems to be their second video. They had one come out before called Mirror. I haven't heard that, but that's got like 10,000 views. So this seems to be a new band doing all right for themselves. Looking through here, they've got 608 subscribers. I've subscribed, as I always say. Start by subscribing, and then, you know, my subscription is there to be lost rather than gained. Support young bands, support new bands. But, man, this song title, errorrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr I hope at some point in the song she just does that. Yeah, it's like, you imagine typing that into like an AI and asking an AI to write it just to say that. Hell, do you know what? Let's do. I'll tell you what. If you stick, I'm gonna do the YouTuber thing. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm gonna try and put that into Google Translate and see how it says the name of that song. We're gonna find out at the end. All right. I don't know if that's even gonna work. Oh man, I'll probably get like copyright blocked for using like the AI voice. Anyway, let's go. This is their song, new song, Error, that came out a day ago. Can't wait to hear what this sounds like. I'm always excited to see new bands. Let's go. I'm assuming it's a band. Actually, I didn't even think it might not be a band. I think actually, you know what? I think I saw like an image that was them as a band, so I think it is a band. Anyway, let's go. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I am on board. I am on board. Love her voice. But all the sounds. So much going on. It's okay. Melodic chorus. I like that. We're not going too heavy in the chorus. It's all about the melody. All right. Yeah. Getting some nice little rhythm changes as well there. That's really important for breaking things up. You don't want the song to get... When a song's got an edgy feeling, you don't want to get it to sound too complacent. And this has got some nice rhythm changes in there. That's the tip of it. Keeping it sounding fresh, stopping it sounding complacent. I'm loving the use of sounds in this. Yeah. Oh, the use of sound in this is incredible. That's not a good flavored coffee. This is a good flavored coffee. You never get that coffee. How long is this? Yeah, it's less than 3 minutes. About to say it feels really concise. All right, yeah, yes, he does that crab again. Look, okay, this is absolutely something that I can see this taking off. I can see this doing well, and I'm 100% behind it. A lot of the things that make this so charming. I mean, first of all, let's just address the obvious thing. The use of sound in this is incredible. I love how it seems to be coming from the guitarist, but you're getting those sounds. It kind of reminds me a lot of like it's obviously supposed to sound like those old like the electronic sci-fi toy plastic gun things that would make like the little sound effects and stuff. And I remember that was like a back in the 90s. That was, always had those like noisy sounding toys and things. And it kind of has that sound to it. It has that kind of crazy loud sound to it. And you know, I love hearing weird sounds like that, especially playful sounds, especially sounds that are maybe considered a bit not childish, but like not serious sounds. I love hearing that kind of thing implemented in music because it shows kind of like it shows a mixture of creativity, but also a complete lack of pretentiousness when you're throwing in such silly sounds and making them work so well because it really adds to it. But then what I liked is that that wasn't it. It wasn't like, oh, this is our one gimmick. We've rolled that out and hey, listen to it because this is the one with the crazy riff in it. The song also followed that up with a load of other tonal stuff that was great. That bass solo was like so raw and punky, but it was lovely how the bass sort of stepped up. The bass wasn't just twiddling. There was like a real sort of nice expressive feeling to how that was played, but it had the grungy vibe to it as well. And then when the guitar solo took over, the guitar had a really interesting kind of wah-wah kind of tone going on in there. Again, really good use of sound. It wasn't just sort of like twiddly, guitar nerd stuff. It actually had a really good palatable effect. You could really feel it. It felt interesting and creative, but at the same time stayed musical. It stayed in keeping with the rest of what was going around it. I mean, often I use the example of like Tom Morello because Tom Morello is a great example of that. Someone who was doing stuff that just did not sound like a guitar, but it just worked with what was going on around it, and it fit beautifully with what was happening around. Sort of that awareness. Using sound to elevate and add to a song rather than just to show off how clever you are. And so I really liked the whole approach to sound in this. But talking of sound, we have to talk about the singer. What a cool, beautiful voice. I mean, just like she had this really good understated power. Again, one of those singers who she didn't have to belt out every note for it to sound good. There was just a genuine sort of like understated soulful coolness about her voice that was really nice. I like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it when a singer sort of belts out notes occasionally as well, but you don't have to be doing that all the time. And sometimes a really good singer is someone who can take a song and kind of can capture something a little bit more as well, capture kind of a power to that understated mood, kind of give the song a little bit of a sort of attention. And this song does have a little bit that kind of sort of tense, slightly bizarre, slightly off-kilter feeling. Because structurally, everything about this song, it's got a fairly standard chorus, fairly standard, solo comes in the bridge. Everything about it structurally is fairly simple. The chord patterns are not particularly unusual. Everything's sort of structured fairly simply. And whereas in some cases you could say, oh, that's a negative thing. Oh, this song's not very creative. I think that actually what you have here is you have a song that is structurally quite simple. So it's actually quite inviting. It's the sort of thing that you don't have to be a muso to enjoy. I think that general audiences could like this as well. This is the sort of thing you could put it on, like, I say the radio so old fashioned. You could just put it on circulation though, and this is the sort of thing that people would get into because they'd be like, wow, that sounds really kind of like nice chorus. That's cool. She's got a great voice. But then it adds extra flavor to be something more interesting. So it's that beautiful balance between being accessible, but also having character and being interesting. And that's something that really, to me, defines the popular music scene in Japan, is that so much of the time it is, popular music is always going to be more accessible. It's going to be a little bit more, it's not always going to be super complicated stuff. But in Japan, it's the fact that artists still will add the identity, the real artistic expression around that you can have a song that's simple and accessible, but at the same time really feels like something that was cared about by the people who created it. You really feel there was a lot of artistic passion put into this song. There was a lot of skill, there was a lot of talent, there was a lot of crafting to it. And that's why when this finished, like one of the first things I said was that I think this could definitely become popular. I can see this band really blowing up because everything about this, why not? Why not? And they backed it up with a really cool video. The video was quite simple, you know, filmed in a room and everything. They're all jumping around doing their thing, but you know, some nice cuts between. I didn't quite, I mean, I was enjoying it so much, I didn't quite grasp what was happening, but the room was sort of switching between two states, wasn't it? You had like this kind of, it's just like, just shit is everywhere. It's just a fucking mess. And then, yeah, it's only got like, oh, okay. Did you pay for that product placement? Or yeah, maybe that's where they got the money for a nice video from. They got paid by Asahi and Monster. I don't think so. And sort of cutting between that and then sort of, actually, no, is the room just always messy? I felt like it was cutting between two different states. Maybe I need to pay more attention, but yeah, I mean, down to the name, even the name's got character. Yeah, this looks a bit more organized. Everything's kind of like very organized here. And so it was in the final frame, I think, that they did that like shift, didn't they? Just have a quick look back at that. Oh, maybe not. But anyway, yeah, so the room did feel like, I think at various points it was shifting between these two states. And this bit as well. I love the way they implemented that, where you had like the beep, beep, like the phone just making its little noise, and then just her putting it down was part of that. I hope that's actually part of the song. I hope that wasn't just for the video. I hope that's part of the song. Oh, it wasn't that bit, okay. Maybe it was this bit. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of like people who play with sound, and because it's all part of the artistry, you know. A lot of the time when I talk about how, you know, so obviously, as I've said a million times, I love live music. I spend so much time working with live artists and all that kind of thing. But I also love the studio, and I think that people don't understand how fun the studio is and how the studio is such a creative place. If you're in a good setting, it's such a place to create, and it's exciting, and it's where the art happens, the artistry of constructing a song. And I just love the idea of them sitting there thinking about putting that in and constructing that little bit and making that part of the song. Yeah, I love that kind of thing. So for me, this is like proper. This is fun. I like it. It's, you know, if you're a rocker, if you just like your music straight rock, you can enjoy this. If you're someone who just likes a good sort of catchy chorus, there's something to get into here for you. Yeah, you're a melody person. If you like your music to be a bit more experimental, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of this Sokoni Naru madness going on in there. Also, I didn't give credit, but I should give credit as well to the drummer. Like I say, the drummer did a great job of switching things up in the second verse, and you're having those little bits, like even there with the telephone bit, the way the drummer just sort of dropped out and came back in that really cool way. So much rhythmic stuff that the drummer did really well here. Again, you know, sometimes the best musicians are the ones where what they're doing is not like sort of not super noticeable, but then when you listen to it and you pick it apart, you go, damn, that was cool. You really made this song come alive. You know, you sort of put all the right things in the right place, and I feel the drummer did a great job here as well. So this was fucking top notch stuff. And why have they got less than 1,000 subscribers? People, can we fix this? Fix this, people. This isn't on. All right, there you go. They have my like. Let's ring the bell. Error. There's nothing wrong with this. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do that, didn't I? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, hold on a minute, folks. Let's fuck it. Let's find out. Let's find out what this song is actually called. Hold on, can we? Let's pop that up on screen. All right.
errorrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr errorrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr errorrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr
on like a centrifuge.
errorrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr
It's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to give it a little bit of a rolled R. Everyone knows how rolled R's are an angry sound in Japanese. Anyway, I love that. I had a lot of fun with that. I hope you did too. Please do go subscribe to them. I feel like they really deserve it. I'm going to check out the other song by The Mirror if you want me to. Get in the comments, tell me if you want to. If you guys don't want me to, I'm just going to check it out on my own. So if you want to share that moment with me, let me know. And let me know soon, because I'm definitely going to listen to that song soon, because I enjoyed this. This was a ton of fun. Get in the comments, tell me what you think, and until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now! Ciao, ciao. Sorry for spooning the way. See ya.